That's what I said, Hungerford had everything here.
Well, it had four or five butchers.
We had 6 bakers here.
6 bakers, yes.
Yeah.
And then there were several hardware ironmongers, weren't
Yeah. There was Nichols,
Earls.
Wren's,
yes, Earls.
yeah, Earl's Stores. That used to be a little foundry there.
Yes,
Yeah, Earl's Stores were.
yes.
Yeah.
And several dairies.
And dairies, I was thinking, well, we never showed a milk.
No.
Good Lord.
Macy.
Down the high street there was Macklin's and Ford's and Dr. Major's. Down there.
Yes.
Then there was one up where they go called the Grey House up round Prospect Road.
Oh, yes.
Where they go, the Grey, I think Mr. Spatman's gone up there to live in that house.
Is she?
That used to be a sort of dairy, because he had his fields round him, look, he would keep his cows.
Yes, yes. And several people kept cows on the common, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they had a proper cow on there to keep, because old Mr. New, they used to call him old Mr. Floppy New, because he used to go up at 4:30 to get the cows off the common, and he used to make such a row with his clogs. The people in the bank complained about him. They bought him some rubber shoes. And yeah, I said, yeah, he used to bring the cows in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it was a real country.
Well, it's a real country town.
Mm.
Yeah, you couldn't call it nothing else, because there was the farmers round here, and all the farmers round here, look, seeing all the milk and everything else you wanted.
And you remember, you must remember how they delivered the milk to your
Yes,
doorstep.
in the little, what's name for it?
Yes. Little measures that poured it into your
Yeah, so
jug.
you didn't get a spot over either.
You got a bit of dust in as well sometimes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Was this road made up when you first
No,
remember?
oh, I can't remember when it was first made up. I know when it wasn't made up, when it was all mud and dust.
Or
And,
even the A4, even this road
oh,
up
down
there?
here, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember one winter we had a very, yeah, my mother was alive then. That was during the war, of course it was the First World War, because my dad was going in the army. We had a severe winter, and the streets, and that was like ice to walk. Well, it was ice to walk on, right the way through, pavements and all. And people was going about with all the stockings around their shoes, you know, to
Yes.
stop them from slipping in there. And then the International was down here, and I had to come down and get some shopping. And when I was going back up over the canal bin, my mother said, now be careful, because she done my shoes up with some old stockings and that. Got the top of the, up on the top of the canal
Bridge.
Then I went with this car, so that's the big jam. She was cross, but she didn't hit me or anything, because her voice was enough for you.
And you must remember the old Ford when Vic Castle was there.
Oh yeah, and one down there,
Yes,
Eddington.
Eddington.
Yeah,
That was who, Wiggins?
yeah, and there was one up
By the
where the
veterinary.
vets places,
Yes.
there was one up in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the Ford has changed a lot with all that development,
Oh
hasn't it?
goodness, yes, I don't know what they think if old people come back and saw that now.
I got a nice photograph of the old forge, all the grounds there and the gardens,
Yeah.
which has given me. Did you remember Peter Reeves, who owned the Bear Hotel?
Well, I didn't know him actually. I heard of him, you know, because
Well, he died at Christmas, last Christmas, and his daughter gave me this photograph. Also, they gave me his dog, and he's a very, very big Labrador. He's 12 years old, but so I've inherited Peter Reeves' dog, which is nice for me.
Well, you've got a guard then.
Yes, yes. I don't know whether he's much of a guard. He's very gentle.
Yeah.
So when did Hungerford first begin to change a lot?
Well, I suppose after the Second World War.
I suppose it was.
Yeah, when they started doing the roads up then, you see.
Yes.
Yes, it must have been then, because it wasn't on. I tell you, we had this. Well, old Mr. Giles, he used to, when
the carrier.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, the
Coal
roads
merchant.
old chap,
Yeah.
and they used to have the water pipe,
Yes.
and they used to come down through the streets, spraying the streets and,
Yes.
and all that street. Yeah, when it was dry. Yeah.
Yes. Now, when you were born in Priory Road, you didn't have electricity,
Oh no.
and you didn't have main drainage or anything.
No.
Lamps, did you have?
When Vicar Gray
Gray.
was here. I've been confirmed, seeing he brought me my confirmation stuff for the communion. And my mother said to me, she said, well, you've have to scrub the floor. Brick floors, I started doing that when I was about 12. She used to get me on scrubbing, seeing. That's what got so much scrubbing.
Yeah.
And she said, now, come on, scrub this kitchen up. All right, I wouldn't dare say no. And I used to do it. And that very day, I just finished it. I just put laid out my hand on the door to open it. And the vicar must have done so. Because I was going to put it out in the lane on to the bankruptcy. They used to put all the dirty water.
Nearly threw it at
All
him.
the slops ever went in, they went up on the garden,
Yes.
see all that. But the dirty water that was scrubbed the kitchen and that went up on the bank outside.
So you nearly threw it over him.
I said to the vicar, and I said, I'm sorry. He said, I nearly had that, didn't I? I said, yes, you really were, did. He was a nice vicar, though.
Yes, very sporty.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the Virgin used to very often have to go and tell when there was a funeral on. He was at the back of the church fishing. But he was he was the one for that church for a voice, so.
Was he?
Yeah, you could hear him. He was going to be on
Our present vicar's got a good voice.
I haven't heard him, no.
No, I don't go to his church,
No,
but he seems to have got a good voice.
Yeah, he had it. But,